And what's going on? What's going on? Hey, welcome back to the Millennial Masterclass Podcast. I am 1/3 of the collective. They call me the prettiest one. Yes, that's right. They say it. I know people are. Look, you know what it is. Don't deny what we have and what is the truth.
Bro, we're twins, so pretty, I'm pretty.
I didn't say you weren't. Nobody said you weren't.
But you know the prettiest.
Okay. Call me Tris, THN, Lottie Dottie, on in some circles. But we're going to throw it right over to the great state of Texas. What's going on?
Hey, y'all. It's your girl, Leslie, a.k.a. Ellen Rel, Helen from Texas. We'll just say Texas because I be all over these parts. So, but from Temple. What's going on, y'all?
Hey, everybody. It's your girl, Shauna May Rose. And I'm hailing in from your beautiful state of Mobile, Alabama. You can call me Shauna Dawn if we're nasty.
Oh,
how y'all doing today?
We're fine, Shauna May. We are fine. Am I saying that correctly?
It's Shauna May Rose.
Shauna May Rose.
Shauna May Rose.
Yes. We get a new co-host.
So what a lot of people don't know is that Sean was come down with a terrible case of Lyme disease, fucking around with the kicks.
Of Lyme disease?
Look, it's what it is. I didn't want to speak about it. It's her business. And so Shauna May will sit in from time to time. But if you don't mind passing the mic over to the hospital bed just so we can talk to Sean just for 2 seconds, we would appreciate it. So if you could, just pass it right on over. What's going on, Sean?
There she is.
It's so good to hear your voice, man. What's going on in DC, Maryland?
How is everybody doing today?
We're good.
Better
how is
now.
Shauna May? She's still how are 6 kids?
Not all 6 kids on that farm. I done told that girl stop trying to get on this podcast. She crazy.
We knew from the start, but she has good energy. We support our people around here, so you know what it is. Either way, y'all, we are the collective. We are the Millennial Masterclass Podcast, servicing all millennial issues for that whole age range. That's what we cater to here. Yes, we want other generations to listen. Gen Alpha, well, they all might be a little young, but Gen Z, Gen X, the baby boomers. I asked my mother the other day, I was like, "Mom, you know what generation you fall in?" She's like, "I don't know what the hell that is. That's for you young folks." So but we want all y'all to listen and have a good time, have a laugh on us, and take a little something away for the rest of your week. So what did y'all do this weekend? My weekend wasn't super eventful, but I did.
Not you asked to answer.
Oh no, I'm gonna answer. It's gonna happen. It felt right to do so. I'm jumping in like water at the pool on the first day. I'm the first one in the pool. Yes. In the deep end, 12 feet. Talk to me. No, but seriously, what y'all do this weekend? What happened?
I was home this weekend, which was a change of pace, which was nice.
How was that though? Because I know you don't be at home. You don't like to keep your
I know these last 2 months have been wild, but no, it was actually nice. Just be in my own bed and got some errands done. Adulting, had to get an oil change, an entire rotation.
Damn, I need to do that too.
Yeah, it was about that time. Yeah, and then just helping family and everything like that. So it was pretty chill. Sean, did you do anything fun? Or are we living vicariously through you?
I mean, she got Lyme disease. You don't know if she can walk around.
If I'm Shauna May Rose right now, hearing my voice over again on the podcast, I was so cringe the whole time. I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna use my regular speaking voice. I'm not.
Oh my God, that is right, y'all. So people forget, I don't know if people know, but that we dropped our first episode. So shout out to that. Whoop, whoop. Yeah. But we had our first episode. We've gotten some decent feedback from it. But please go out there, share, tell your friends, to tell a friend, to tell a few hoes, to tell the drug dealer from down the street, to tell their pastor to come listen to this show. We're inclusionary. I don't want to keep people out. That's all I'm saying. That's it.
We're inclusive like Mariana Savage Fenty show is. Did y'all watch that? Just a side note.
Yes.
She had a pregnant woman in there and
what?
Yes, that was dancing. That
on
was
a runway stage.
You said a pregnant girl?
She was pregnant. Yeah.
On her first show, she had a girl that was pregnant as well. Girl with the gap. I can't think of what her name.
Oh yeah, that was the second show. Slick Woods. That was last year. And this year was a different.
Can we just run back what we just said? There's a girl named Slick Woods with a gap who's pregnant. That was in a fashion show.
This was last year.
Wow, what a time to be alive. What a
She also
time.
did some time on Love and Hip Hop, but that's another story.
What a time to be alive. That's all I can say. I will say that I have been especially interested in Fenty, not because like of the beautiful products they make for the women, because they do. I have myself purchased some of those for my lady myself. I get it. It's a great thing. But they have men's products now. Like they got drawers and stuff for dudes. I was like, I'm about to get a couple pairs. They want to sell too. So shout out to Miss Robin Fenty.
Rihanna is doing a thing, and she's also about to open up some actual brick and mortar stores for her Fenty. So it's going to be competing with Victoria's Secrets. Yep.
Is it going to be in New York first?
I did not know that.
I don't know. They haven't disclosed actual locations yet, but I think it was like her VP of marketing. Someone had an interview, and she said, "Yeah, that's what they're gearing up for next year."
No wonder she ain't making no damn music. That's
I think she's really just she's getting all this stuff out the way so that when she does drop music, number one, she'll have all these ducks, in a row, but also the world being a much better state where she can drop a tour as well. So she can really like capitalize off of her new music and the hype and stuff. So I think she's just waiting for the right moment, which will probably be sometime next year.
I mean, I believe it, and she made me do so. With Party Next Door, they made me believe it. It was a whole thing. So
I know, I love that song.
I'm here for it because she gave us a little crumb of music. She was just like, "I'm gonna give y'all a little something. That's it." That was really what it was. It was a crumb. So shout out to Miss Fenty. We fuck with you, girl. We do. Yeah. And anytime you want to stop by, you have an open invitation to the show. Just give us a hand. Hit us up on Instagram. Millennial Masterclass Podcast. Please hit us up on there. Hit us up on the Twitters. All the portals of the web. Hit us up on there. Please do. I want to hear your engagement as well too. I couldn't hear what you said. What'd you say?
Oh, I said bring some lingerie and makeup with you, girl.
You want me to be a savage
all my coins.
ambassador? I got you.
Are y'all putting a request list together? Like what we talking about here?
Look, I can do it for you, Riri. I could be one of these like influencer girls on the gram in your lingerie. Let's do it. Come on.
Oh my God.
Body positivity.
Well, as we do here on the Millennial Masterclass, we do have a little segment we like to call the Bulletin Board. And we're going to jump right into it. Let's take it away.
All right, y'all. So yeah, a lot was going on this past week. First of all, did y'all know Instagram, Facebook, and WhatsApp was down, or were y'all just so busy being whatever that y'all didn't even notice?
I'm be honest with you, I had no fucking idea.
I thought it was my fucking phone. So just like every black person, I like turned off my internet and disconnected from my internet, disconnected back. I'm like, damn, what the fuck is wrong with my phone? I tried Instagram first, and I'm like, let me try Facebook. That didn't work. I'm like, what? The old head's not on Facebook? Like, what's happening right now? I turned my phone off.
Old head's quiet, so you know.
So I'm like going on other internet sites and shit. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Is it only social media? Turn my phone off and back on, try it again. And I was like, all right, fuck it. I don't know what's going on. And then I got a text message that was like, yeah, social media is down. I'm like, oh, that's what was happening. I thought it was my phone.
I said that.
If my lady hadn't told me, I would never have known the shit was down. Like I went in there for 5 seconds. I was like, it's just being slow. iPhone's trash, whatever. And I just went on about the rest of my day. Later on, she was like, oh yeah, Instagram is down. I'm like, what? Really? I was like, oh yeah, it is down. Huh, well.
Kind of similar to y'all. Like I, was just randomly trying to scroll on Instagram, and I kept seeing the same picture of this girl we actually went to Howard with. It was always the first picture. I'm like,
is she good looking?
She's married, and so I was
that
like,
don't matter. I'm curious. She can still be a beautiful black queen.
So the picture would not change as I kept trying to scroll. I'm like, what's going on? And then a business Slack group that I'm in, and we use Instagram and stuff and social media to promote. They were like, oh, Instagram and Facebook is down today or down right now. Just giving y'all a heads up. So that's when I told y'all. So I was like, okay, let me see what's going on. And I have another friend who like messaged me to like, let me know. So like it started getting word around town like, hey, social media is down, Instagram's down, that kind of thing. So, yeah. So basically what Facebook is saying, they released a statement because there was all kinds of like theories going around what's going on. So they're chalking it up.
Question. Did y'all think about this stuff? This is the only thing that stopped memes from happening. Because where else do you share the memes? Because like whenever some shit like this happens, there's a meme about it, right?
Twitter was still the same. Twitter was alive.
And Twitter,
they were on Twitter. They were okay. Well, whatever. Never mind.
It was just Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp because Facebook owns all three.
They do, yeah.
So yeah, so Twitter was capitalizing off of that. Twitter said hello to literally everyone. They tweeted that out like, "Welcome back. We still here, girl."
I definitely got on Twitter too.
Right.
Twitter was behind it, clearly.
I knew it was gonna be something fucking funny. That's like I get on Twitter when like award shows come on or like
different shows that I watch.
And shit, I get on and I be like looking at what people are saying.
Hashtag. That's what I do. I have to see what they're saying about whatever I'm watching. Facebook said it wasn't caused by malicious activity. Instead, the incident occurred.
Now I don't believe it. Just because you said that.
Nobody believes it. But instead, an incident occurred when an engineer doing routine maintenance work issued a command which unintentionally took down all the connections in our backbone network, effectively disconnecting Facebook data centers globally.
He slipped on a banana peel and fell on the button.
They couldn't just put back in. Lower a little bit.
God. What'd you say?
Fuck out of here. No, somebody did something. Stop it. Stop
So
it.
they said one person had all this power, so they just trying to fire one person and say it was him.
And then they claim he lost $7 billion, right? Or was it more?
Yeah, the doc.
Hella people gotta get fired now.
Yeah, they claim
saw
Zuckerberg lost $7 billion from like it being out for just that long. Do you know they did a stat? They were like,
I don't feel bad
Zuckerberg.
for somebody that has enough money to.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. Tell you how much that is. They compared Mark Zuckerberg, how much money he lost to the NBA salaries, and it was $3 billion more than all the NBA salaries combined.
Oof. Yeah, I just looked it
Talk
up.
about how much money that is.
18 billion. He has 118 billion. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but I mean, like, think about it this way. If I had $118 and lost $7, I might be a little upset though. But I mean,
no, not if you had that much. It's going to be like losing 7 pennies. Like,
because a billion is always a billion. Like, it's never not a billion. Like, if I have $1 billion, you can make some shit happen. There aren't too many problems you can't solve with $1 billion.
There's nothing that you can make happen with $17.
Right. But what I'm saying is scale. I'm talking about scale. I can pay for my dinner and some gas. The fuck? What you mean? Like,
you can get dinner and gas. Well, I guess if you get McDonald's.
That's what I'm saying. You get you a $5 meal and put you a few dollars in the tank. Like, all I'm saying is you gotta do it by scale. You gotta do it by scale. So True. Like, I don't know what moves he makes. Maybe he was trying to buy this yacht that was $20 billion, and now he got to wait.
Well,
oh my God.
What moves he was trying to make.
So terrible. Fuck that.
I mean, I'm just saying, I don't know.
There were quite a few theories going around. One that I saw was that it was a deliberate reset because of the 60 Minutes interview that an employee who used to work there did, and an upcoming interview that he had. And it says, he isn't slick. It took 6 hours to scrub the sites that already ruined our country. He doesn't care about that money. He's more worried about spending time in federal prison. So basically the interview that, I forgot her name, the woman did, she used to work at the company. She's basically saying like Facebook knowingly allows like certain stuff to post that causes, dissension between people. It negatively affects people and they know this, but they care more about making money than the well-being of its users. So that's been a big hot topic since the interview dropped. That interview literally dropped, and then a couple of days later this happened. So they're saying like, is this correlation? Is he trying to hide something? Like, what's really going on type of thing? So people are throwing out their theories for sure.
Oh, you know what? I am here for that theory though. It's not like it doesn't make sense, because let's be real. If I own Facebook, you would think that my encryption would be strong as fuck. Let's just be real. Like, you are a tech giant, so you should be able to have an encryption that people can't crack, right? Like, nobody could just slip on a banana peel and turn it off. So it does make sense that he would try to erase whatever that was to cover something up. That probably is the most plausible theory.
Yeah, and I think time will tell. I think as more continues to be revealed about what happened and about what's really going on in Facebook. I mean, I don't know if y'all saw, did y'all ever watch, was it The Social Dilemma on Netflix?
What are we talking about? The Netflix or the movie, The Social Network?
Social media.
No, what is it called? That movie on Netflix where like basically went behind Instagram and Facebook and how they are.
I think it is The Social Dilemma. I think it is.
I think so too. Yeah. So that was very like eye-opening to where like, yeah, The Social Dilemma, where a lot of the people who work for these huge social media and tech companies don't even allow their own children on the sites because they know how damaging it can be for like kids and their minds and stuff like that. So it was just very telling, and it goes behind the scenes and like literally shows you like how they target certain people with specific ads and specific like videos and stuff like that. Which ties into this whole idea of like these companies know how they're affecting a person's mind and their overall well-being, but they care more about the dollar than about like putting out healthy and beneficial content versus destructive kind of content and divisive content.
I mean, that's always the case. I mean, what is fast food? Same deal.
Yeah, it's America.
I mean, like, I just feel like if I go to Popeyes, we literally, it's the same thing. It's just that one is for the mind and one you actually put inside your body.
True.
You know, so
Yeah.
well, they're back up now. I was able to send a message on WhatsApp abroad. So thanks, Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch over there at Facebook and Instagram and WhatsApp. We appreciate your services, even though you're watching us. We appreciate you guys. Just a joke, guys. Please don't shut us down. I kid.
Right.
I kid. Well, what's up next there, ma'am?
Oh man.
I think is it R. Kelly? Is he in trouble?
No, this is Robert Sylvester Kelly here. Like,
oh Lord,
this is the full government here.
We'll see his whole name out here. Good Lord, do you have his birth certificate there? Are you reading it off?
You know what? I'm gonna let him live on that part, but he's gonna be living the rest of his life in prison. That's all I know, because he has been found guilty on all counts and faces life.
He can still appeal though at this point, though, right?
They can appeal, but I feel like at this point, like, how many like accusers and people who testified against him, like, I feel like there's no escaping this. And the fact that he's not going to be sentenced until next May, because he still has 2 more trials that he has to face. So this isn't the end. So just for this alone, he's facing life, but he still has 2 more trials to go through. So your boy is done. He's done that.
He seems pretty confident that he's not going to spend the rest of his life in jail. Like, people are really.
I honestly don't think he's gonna spend the rest of his life in jail. Like, if I was a betting man, like if I could go to Vegas right now, y'all were just talking about Vegas. Wow, this is topical, and I could go there and play the spread. And if this was one of the things, I feel like I'm gonna make like a lot of money on this one.
So
what you think? How long do you think he's gonna be?
That's actually a really good question. Why did you know what? I don't know. 6 months. I don't think he's gonna be
Not
here that
6 months. Hell no.
No, I think the sentence he'll get, like when they really try and sentence him, will be something like 25 years or something crazy like that. But I feel like they'll work out some type of deal where he'll serve like 5 years or 10 years and then get out.
Absolutely.
I don't think he can get a deal like that. I don't think that's on the table for him. But 25 years, he's 54 now. Like, I mean,
you're old as fuck when you get out. Absolutely. There's just no doubt about that.
But I think people in jail live a long ass life. Like, you could be turning 89, 95. It's like,
well, I mean, think about this. You're eating
a long life in jail. Huh?
How many meals are you eating a day there? You're getting enough rest?
Are they
lock
good
you
meals?
down? I don't think that's the concern. And you're working, and you got to work out because you got to be ready. So I mean, I just feel like
you got to be ready.
Your quality of life is not great. Like, it's mentally piercing, but like your body, that jail body is ready. Like, you're ready. You got to be ready.
R. Kelly, if in a year we see R. Kelly in a jail pic looking like The Rock, I don't know what I'm gonna do.
I mean, I'm gonna be real with you. That's exactly what he's gonna look like. That's exactly what it's gonna look like. Yeah. He gonna get new tattoos and everything. It's gonna be the Pied Piper. He gonna have a gang. Shit is gonna be crazy.
This is not funny. That's terrible. But still, he should go to jail for life. I still stand by that.
Oh man.
Y'all want to know what's crazy? So since the verdict, his album sales have shot up 517%.
Yeah, of course they have. Of course they have. He's gonna get the support. He's the Pied Piper. He's R. Kelly. He's produced under other pseudonyms. Like, he is low-key like modern day Prince. I know people are gonna be upset if I said that, but it's true. Like, literally, you gotta think about how multifaceted he is and how many areas of music he's touched. I'm not talking in terms of like, that he made a song like a door or something like, wow. Okay, great. Anyway, but what I'm saying is you got to think about how much music he has touched. There are people that compare him to Stevie Wonder. I feel like that's not quite the right. That might be a closer comparison because Prince plays like 13 different instruments.
Yeah, like I said, it's time that he pays for everything that he's done. I feel like he's gotten away for it for way too long. And it's the fact that he really doesn't see the wrong in what he's done. He's not remorseful. He doesn't think that he did anything wrong to his victims. Like, so yeah, at this point, you need to go to prison and sit down and really think and reflect on what you've done and get the help that you need, because he definitely needs like psychiatric help, not just a therapist to talk. Like, no, you need psychiatric help. So hopefully he gets that.
I just hope that like at the end of all like this move, inspire other people to wake up and think about other figures that we dote on in history in the same way.
I agree.
Like a George Washington or a Thomas Jefferson, really any of the first like 30 presidents. You know, just
Elvis, all them.
I guess I'm saying Elvis. Like, there's a lot of people that I want people to wake up and really think about in that light as well. Like, I hope this is like the spark in your brain. It's like, oh, maybe I should do that elsewhere, because
100%.
Yeah.
R. Kelly threatening to snitch on other people that he knows within the industry.
Well, and see, now that right there is one of the things that I feel like gets missed in all of this, and I'm glad you said it, in the industry, because you don't get away with stuff like this by yourself. It's impossible. Right. Impossible. 100%. You can't, because the thing is that once 3 people know, 1,000 people know. Like, you can't stop people from telling. But like, what I'm saying is, how many people have been complicit in this for this long? How many record companies made money off his back and knew that he was doing this and covered that up? Like that Aaliyah thing, we always thought it was a rumor. We never thought it was confirmed. And then somebody put out the wedding certificate. It was like, oh shit, wow, that really happened. Okay.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, I'm right there with you. I agree. I think everybody needs to be exposed and held accountable. 100%. I'm right there with you.
So I hope that's what really comes of it. Honestly, like I hope like that's like the spark that like really starts the fire. That's definitely what I taking away. Because, like the music and all other stuff, like you can argue about that all day, but like that stuff right there, like get the rest of them, so maybe we can really get down to the root of it.
All under the jail.
Find out who they are, because quiet as it's kept, R. Kelly doesn't own his masters.
You say he does
not?
No, he does not. He owns a lot of like produce, because he's written and like produced some of those songs, but he didn't own his masters. Sony does. So who's been making money? Who's been cleaning? You know what I'm saying? Like that's
very true.
That's another thing there. It's just what it is. But yeah, I would like for him to get the help he needs, because he has made some classic summer bangers. I can think about it right now. Damn shame.
Don't. Let's not.
Yeah.
Damn shame. Let's not.
Damn shame.
Moving on from your boy Sylvester, we can.
Why would you address this man by his name? There are good people named Sylvester in the world.
There are not.
You just hold. Wow, I know one, and he is a friend of the show. Why must you do this? Author extraordinaire, St. Louis legend, Sylvester Brown Jr. Great guy.
Sylvester Brown Jr. No offense to you, but
he got to be 60 plus, because
damn, why you got to?
There are no young Sylvesters, period.
Could you imagine looking at like a 2-month-old and they're like, look at little baby Sylvester. Like you just got.
But like, there's Esther Dean. Like, who the fuck said, okay, Esther? That's it, right there, Esther.
No, ain't she British? Maybe that's
no, she's not. She's not. She's from here. Fuck out of here. No, she is from here.
Who I'm thinking about?
Girl, stop. Emily Sandhu.
Estelle?
The fuck?
We're thinking about Estelle.
Adele? No,
Estelle.
Oh, Estelle. That's what I was thinking about. The short haircut.
Okay, all right. I'll give you that. That's close enough. Estelle, no, and that shit is old as hell too. She sounded like a girl group in the 40s. Yeah, I just got done singing Estelle. It was lovely. It was fantastic. It's so Estelle. Shit is great. No. You can't. I can see a young Sylvester. Sorry to the young man named Sylvester. Don't let these ladies pound you. Okay, your name is fantastic. You a sly motherfucker. You hear me?
Yeah, you
do
are.
Your thing, player.
If your first name Sylvester, what could your middle name even be?
What the fuck? It could be Michael. It could be Michael.
It ain't no Sylvester Michael.
It could be. Were you serious? SM? Oh, SM. Well, maybe not. I don't know. That's a little wild. But anyway, we're gonna move on to the next point. I believe you have some good news. Tell everybody. Go ahead. Shout it out from the hilltops. I know.
Yes, it was free. Brittany. Now Brittany is free.
Yay, Brittany.
Is being released from her 13-year conservatorship. Her dad is being forced out.
She was an indentured
servant. No longer can control her money. He can't control her body. He can't control her life. Good job, Brittany. I'm so happy for you. I know this is like a weight lifted off her shoulders, because poor girl, like this woman, when she detailed what she has been going through, like her dad controlled not only her money, but her body. She has been wanting to get remarried. She had a boyfriend for like the past 4 years. They're finally engaged. She didn't want to have another child. Her dad was making her take birth control so she couldn't have another child. Like, how crazy is that? She's 40 or about to be 40, and she doesn't have control over if she wants more kids or not. Like, that's crazy.
So
I mean, it's wild.
Forcing her to take birth control. Does he think that she was like crazy? Like, I don't understand.
It's all about money. It's all about money, because basically her dad was controlling her. So, when she went on her Vegas residency a few years back, it went so well. She made X million dollars or whatever, and they read up for another one. Well, she came out to announce it, but after announcing it, like she kind of just walked off and refused to actually follow through with the residency. And that was because she realized, like, I'm doing all this work. I'm pushing myself. I'm performing every night. I'm making all this money and I'm not seeing any of it. Her dad had a salary of $16,000 per month with an additional $2,000.
What was he spending the money on, though? What was he spending the money on?
It doesn't matter. He was stealing.
Well, wait. But what I'm saying is,
she was only getting a fraction of it for her own personal needs and expenses.
What I'm asking is this. What I'm asking is this: before we tear him a whole new one, I just want to get clear up a couple of things. Did he put the money like in a trust fund for the grandchildren? Like, what was he spending the money on?
It was for
Can I ask the question?
Pockets for his personal life, his personal business. And her father is so sick. He even had her whole house bugged to where he was monitoring her every move. He had cameras like in her bedroom. They were recording her like having sex. It was really
the fuck?
All of this is coming out in the court document.
Okay, what the hell? Maybe you should have just read the court document before you started this. Could you read the rest of the document before? Because every time you say something crazier about this, the rabbit hole gets deeper. Like, I feel like next you're about to be like, he came in and took blood for a ritual sacrifice. Like,
he probably did that too.
What the hell?
Yeah, her dad is sick. You're trying to be devil's advocate, like, oh, maybe he was paying. No, her dad is sick and was controlling her money, and her life.
Because there have been other situations like this where the parents had the good intentions at first because the child did freak out.
This ain't that.
This ain't that.
God. He said the man had the shit bugged, and then he had a video of her fucking.
That was
like,
that
what?
Straw. That was the final straw.
Crazy. What? He needed to have that tape, bro. What the fuck is wrong with you? Are you sick?
It's sick. It's really truly sick.
Oh,
so
hell no.
I'm just happy she's free. She can like live her life. She can get a chance to like live her life and prove that she can live her life the way she wants. I know she had a breakdown 13 years ago. It happens. You know what I'm saying? But I don't feel like that should be held against her to where she's pretty much a prisoner in her own body, in her own world. You know, that's not fair. It's been 13 years. Let her live. Let her prove that she can, you know, live and be healthy and be happy and be free, and just let her do it.
What song did you say she should sing now? The song like she should just go ahead and sing.
Yikes.
What song did you say she should sing?
That is terrible.
Okay.
Terrible. Like, why would that be the first thing I thought?
And you know what's funny about it? It wasn't even like you meant it maliciously. You were just like, that's your favorite Britney song, and you were just singing it, and it's not right.
This is not the right time. This is not it.
Oh man, Stronger might be the one. You know, maybe that one.
I love it.
Lucky, some shit like that.
Lucky, she was trying to tell us she's so lucky. She's a star, but she cried. She was trying to give us it like she was miserable.
It was in the mute. You know what, Slave for You? That's what she was talking about. Maybe that was it.
Foreshadowing. Hello.
Okay. All right, Brittany. We didn't listen, baby.
All her life because she had money most of her life. She was making money since she was a kid for her family.
I just don't. I think when she saw the scope of everything, she was just like, you know, because I feel like when you're in it, you don't even realize how bad it is because that's your normal day. You know, I love when people get to break free. That's why I like my favorite movies are prison movies where people break out. I'm like, get out, brother, get out, get free, get fucking free.
You know, I was really thinking if this was a movie and not someone's real life, they would have had to off that dad. Like, what are you?
Low key, I was thinking that. I was like, does she have a hit out on this nigga now?
What is going on? Like, if this was a television show, he would have absolutely been up out of here. This is crazy.
Like, he's like the uncle on Greenleaf. Well, he's not as bad as that uncle on Greenleaf, but like that was crazy.
Oh my God.
For those who watch Greenleaf, sorry to spoil it. Check it out.
It's been over, so
you know, it is what it is.
Yeah, oh man. You see what happened to him, man.
Yeah, but we're happy Brittany's free. Yeah. Brittany, you're a friend of the show. Okay, when we say that, we mean that. Okay.
Yeah, girl. Come on the show. Talk about it. We support you.
We'll whatever you want to do. We will stop making jokes that day. I promise. There'll be no jokes made.
Oh, I can't promise.
It's gonna be a very serious.
I know Tristan will bust out a joke. So
put some sugar in your daddy tank or something. Put a Snicker bars in his tank so he can't drive nowhere.
Snicker bars. What does that do?
What the fuck? What?
I'm just kidding. That don't don't do that. I don't know. I don't
like
know.
I said, it'll be a safe space that day. It'll be a safe
Trying to get
space.
the tips, ladies. Listen up.
Okay, a safe space. All right.
You
Anyway,
better-
we're gonna move on to the next segment, but just know that it's gonna be a safe space. Okay, that's what we do here. Millennial Masterclass Podcast. You're tuned into right now. Yes, 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 and we have arrived at my favorite segment of the show, where you might learn you a little something. This is our lesson plan today, everybody. Yes, indeed. Shout out for the lesson plan one time. Yay, yay.
Yay.
That's right.
Tell me
Indeed.
you was doing a little Friday yay thing. I would have got on board. Fuck, I gotta be quicker. All right, I'm gonna get it next time.
Okay.
Yay.
Anyway, all right. So the topic of the day, y'all, is that like, when is the party over, y'all? What does the party look like for us now? Like, when we go out, what are you wearing? Are you wearing a silk suit? Or are you in Tim's? Are you in those Chucks? Or are you in those Crocs? Do you put them in sport mode? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are we doing when we hang out now? Are you looking for a cigar bar? Or are you still trying to go twerk and bring the 99 in the 2000? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's going on with y'all when you step out these days? What does the party look like for us now? You know?
So I knew what the party looked like, y'all, until this past weekend. I saw Steve Harvey on Instagram, and I realized I just wasn't. I got to start fucking it up in my Steve Harvey attire. My man was doing the colors. He was living his best life with the suits this weekend.
I mean, I saw him in that green one, and then it was okay. So
he was killing them in the green.
So this is funny.
And
So
then
my
he did it
brother
again in like a yellow.
Oh no, wait. No, okay. So they did a thing on Instagram where they showed him and they showed the Joker and how he looked just like the Joker. Like he could have been the Black Green Hornet. But I sent it to my brother, who was the Joker for Halloween, like 3 Halloweens ago. And no, he was the Riddler. Sorry, the Riddler. He was the Riddler. That's what he looked like because he was in all green. And my brother said, I'm gonna go with the Niggler. So and so I was like, well, bro, if you go as the Niggler, this is good. This should be your new this should be your new inspiration right here. We just fell out laughing. So shout out to Steve Harvey and his new suits and his Black Green Hornet-esque outfit and his yellows and his pops of color. Shout out to Steve. You know, we're looking for some of those on our Celebrity Family Feud, big dog. Just bust a few of them out. You know what it is.
But seriously, partying in older age is so different because nowadays I'm not just trying to go nowhere where I got to stand in line.
Right.
I'm not going to have no seat.
Right.
Somewhere that I'm going to be waiting forever to get a drink. Like, no, I'm not trying to do none of that.
Let's break down that whole experience, though.
With the go out right now.
No, but let's break down that whole experience, though, because like when we're talking about like going out, like when we were younger, what was this thing? There was a pregame, right? So first there was a text message. You had to figure out where we were going. Then there was the pregame. Then there was how fly do we want to get to go out to go and do this pregame, right? So then we had to figure out what that move was. Then there was getting to the move. So then we had to figure out how we were getting to the move. Were we Ubering or were we doing whatever?
We were not Ubering.
Well, it came at some point. Later
on, though.
Talk about dating us right there. That was okay. Anyway.
Yeah, we're pre-Uber and Lyft, y'all.
We're definitely
our college experience.
Like what?
We can pinpoint that later. So and so then once you got to the club, right, there was a line unless you wanted to like get a table or something. And so then you had the line. And then once you got in there, then there was a possibility you could get turned away if you didn't have the right shoes. There was that. And then once you got in there, then you had to figure out exactly what point you were going to get to the club, because if you got there too early, then the party was whack and then you felt like you needed to leave. But if you got there too late, then it's like, damn, I'm never going to get in. And then like you're going to wait 25 years for a drink. And then you may get charged for like 12 drinks just because of the nature of the club you were at. And then once you did all of that, then you're hoping that the music was right. You've been waiting on 4 or 5 songs all night long. And then you hope that people are dancing. There's all of that. And there's just so many little idiosyncrasies that used to go with this. Like I used to have it down to a fine science. Now, like as opposed to now, shit. I mean, like my favorite party is like a cigar and like some music and like a good tequila shot. You know, like just the best tequila you can find. Just pour it right in my mouth. Just right there. That's
wow. Getting nasty over here, I'm saying.
I've been from a shot glass, like for myself. I probably should have been more specific. But little mezcal, little añejo. That's what I'm talking about now. Like that's kind of a party. And I feel boring as fuck when I say that out loud now. I'm just like, that's just not as dope as it used to be. Like before, I'd be like, nigga, let's get on top of a table and let's dance. Let's get on top of a table and let's fuck it up. Like now, if I get on top of a table, I feel like I'm gonna get arrested. Like I just feel like it's just the bouncer's gonna politely escort me out the door.
Very possible.
I was queen of the dance on top of anything. Oof, Lord.
Pool table was my favorite.
There were a couple bars in my past that I may have stood upon, you know.
I stood upon.
Oh Lord.
What was your favorite thing about like going out like in the past? Because like everybody had like their favorite thing. Like for me, it was always finding the best house party. Like the house party that was just gonna set it off. Like I loved a good house party. Like in terms of like the club scene is a different scene, but like at least with like the house party scene, like I was looking for like the perfect house party scene. So it had to be a 2-level situation where you could go to 2 levels, and then you had to find a great spot like on some wall somewhere that you could really get your twerk on, so you could have all aspects of the twerk. You know, because like when you stand in the middle of the room, you couldn't really receive the twerk as you, unless somebody was gonna hold you up. But again, for another day. And so then you need to be close enough to the DJ because you probably knew him, so you could, you know, drop that, you know, the song in there that was gonna make it freaky in the party, so you could have that. And then you wanted like you wanted the party to be so good there were blue jean stains on the wall. That was my like barometer for how good a party was, when there were blue jean stains on the wall. If that was there, I was like, oh no, we've done everything we need to do in this house. And then you move on. And then you gotta look for the perfect dance. That was the thing. I had to find the perfect dance partner. Very important.
For me, I had
certain favorites, but Leslie, please.
I had this run from like,
oh Lord, the run.
Because you were there when the run started. It was our 23rd birthday. And what was the name of that place that we went to? It was in DuPont.
Which one?
For our 23rd birthday, where we went. Because me, you, like Josh was there.
We was on our Jordan shit that year.
Yes, it was in DuPont. I forgot the name of the club, but they changed it since then. But anyway, it had like a pole. No, it had a pole on the stage. McFadden wasn't in DuPont. It had a pole on the stage, and you got to go upstairs.
There was a pole.
But anyway,
where are we going with a pole?
There was a pole because I was on that pole.
Goddamn. Okay. All right.
You know, but there was a run from that moment at 23 to like 27 where it's like that's when it was like the best time for me to go out. Like I was going out like all the time, like bar
Liddy
7
in the
Friday.
City.
Yes, Liddy in the City, like bar 7 on
all them old
Friday.
heads in bar 7. Oh my gosh,
Bar
Leslie.
7. Talk about
a couple times. I always would be like, Leslie, all these old heads.
It wasn't even old heads when I was there. It was like
it depended on what night it was though. Because you had old head night. They would come in there on the prowl. They were like, we're looking to pay somebody's rent tonight. Like that's what was going down.
Find me. I
ain't never find. They ain't never find what.
There were sugar daddies in there. Like I knew a couple girls that talking about. I met my sugar daddy at bar 7.
Well, I brought Sand to the beach like a dummy, so that ain't never worked. But
maybe your beach was better, you know.
Not likely.
Okay,
but
all right.
My point is I had energy. You know what I'm saying? Like I could work a full day. That's when I was working, you know, for enterprise. So I'm working like 12-hour days, but I would still have energy to like go home, get cute, come back out. There was even one day, I don't know who I thought I was, but I literally worked like 14 hours. Then I went to the gym with my manager. Then I went home, got cute. Then I went out. And then after that, we went to the diner and
ooh, you had a day.
I was up for 24 hours, like, but I was like Gucci, you know what I'm saying? So it's like having energy, being able to go, being able to make like last minute plans. Now I need to know in advance. I need to plan this out. I need to plan, you know, what I'm wearing, what my schedule looks like. I need to prepare myself mentally, especially if it's a nighttime move. It's like I need to prepare myself to like be out all this time. Right now my favorite thing is to do brunch in the day party. Like I could be home by like 9.
You are the queen of the darty. For people who don't know, like Les is the queen of the darty. Like I don't know anybody else that loves a darty more.
There's no better way to party than during the day. Like
could you just not say that out loud anymore? Like what? Like
there's no better time.
The nighttime, the cover of night is the best time to party.
Maybe no, absolutely not, because you have so much recovery time. Exactly. I totally feel you, Les. I totally feel you. I went out this past weekend and I was outside an outside event from like 2 to 6. I didn't even drink alcohol. And when I tell you I was so tired, We went back to the house. We tried to go to a bar, but it was packed. I was so tired of people like touching me and stuff. I want to go home too. So we get back to the house and lay down by 9 o'clock. I'm like, bro, I didn't even do anything.
But let me ask this question though. Do we feel this way more so because of the pandemic, or do we feel this way now just because, age has gotten to us a little bit? Because
I feel like
your taste
before
changed.
the pandemic, this was the reason why I moved. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like as much as I love the DMV and everything, I was like, I feel like if I stay up here, I'm just gonna be like, going out partying all the time. And there was other factors, of course, but I was like, I'm gonna move to Texas. I'm gonna chill out a little bit. Now, granted, when I go out like pre-pandemic, it was planned because number one, I wasn't like right there in like the metro area, so I had to plan to like drive to these places and stuff. But I really made a point to like chill out, to like rest, to like not do too much all the time, and that's okay. So this was definitely for me pre-pandemic. It was like around 2018 when I like purposely slowed down because I was just like, I'm living a fast life and I'm tired.
It's not the same.
Why you make it just sound like you got off like a 35 city world tour? She's like, girl, I've been touring for 3 years.
But again, I didn't go anywhere last year. I had one trip to DC January 2020, and then I didn't go anywhere until April 2021. So it's like me traveling these last 2 months nonstop is like me putting 2 years worth of traveling into 2 months type of thing,
Yeah.
So
that sounds like the title of a good book. 2 years into 2 months.
I'm gonna write a book. I got a few things to talk about. Yeah, I'm gonna write that.
I mean, producer, author, webmaster,
everything.
Check them all. I know that's right. Check all them boxes.
Yes, girl, I'm be it all. But like even this week, I was supposed to be flying back up to DC for another trip. But because the reasons why I was supposed to be flying up, homecoming was one, that's going to be virtual, hybrid, whatever. And then the wedding I was supposed to go to, they had to downsize significantly on the guest list. So because of those two reasons, I was just like, do I still want to go? Do I want to cancel? Like, what does it look like? And I'm like, you know what? Let me just chill because I have another trip at the end of the month anyway. I'm like, let me just take these 2 weeks to just relax at home instead of just doing too much. So Shauna's mad at me, but she understands.
No, I'm really upset. But I was looking up tickets. I was like, oh, maybe I'll just fly to Houston and go to the Millennial tour.
Please come, because that's another thing I'm trying to do now. I'm really trying to go to the Millennial tour.
Some tickets that were pretty affordable, so I think that's what I might do because I want to like treat myself to something before I start my new gig.
Say less. If you about this, we gonna talk offline because Shonda is really considering as well. So the three of us in there. Oh my god.
Okay.
That just sounds dangerous. That's all that sounds like.
And everything. I was like, ooh. Can I make this thing happen? Because I was trying to go somewhere and I was thinking maybe I'll go to Puerto Rico or something, but I also want to go to the Millennial tour.
I mean, the PR is nice as fuck. If you haven't been to PR in a minute, go back to the PR.
I have a week to like do stuff before I start my new job. So maybe I'll fly from Texas to PR and like chill out in the sun.
That's a long fucking flight.
Texas to PR? No, it's not.
Isn't it?
I don't know why it would be that much
from
longer.
Texas to Puerto Rico.
Isn't it further? Because you're further west. Isn't it further that way?
I went in 2016. It was like 3 hours, I think, or something.
Oh, so it's still 3 hours. Okay, because there's a 3-hour flight from New York too. No, from where did I fly from? No, did I fly to New York or DC? One of the two. It was 3 hours. Whatever. It was 3 hours.
Yeah, no, it's not a long flight at all.
Oh, okay. I thought it would be like another hour or two. I was like, damn, it's like 4 or 5 hours. Shit. Because like when you look at the map and see where Puerto Rico is, like I forget how far over like east it is, like in the water. I'm like, oh my God. Like you're really on an island. There's nothing else around.
So yeah, that's what my party looks like. My party looks like knowing well in advance. Don't spring nothing up on me. Expect me to pop up. I will go out at night for a special occasion. So like if somebody's birthday or an engagement party or something like that, then yes. But again, I know about that in advance, so I can prepare myself to get in that.
Let's stack it up then. Let's stack it up for the listeners then. So let's build the perfect night, but let's do it back then first, and let's do it now. So. Okay. So if it's the perfect night, so I want everybody to think long and hard about this now. Okay. So think about when you were in that age bracket between, let's call it 18 to 27, right? Okay. 18 to 27.
Oh, that's a large gap because I was going to do a college thing.
Yeah, that's real. That's real. Okay. So let's say 21 to 27. That's probably more because you got to be able to get in. That's important. You had to have
18 to 21 and 21 up is different because 18
Right.
to 21 like
Correct.
club love, like
Correct.
getting
Exactly.
out there. Yeah.
Exactly.
So that was different versus
So let's go from there. So let's just do 20, 21.
18 to 20, you couldn't even get in the club.
I mean,
only
low key,
21
do
or
we need to
25?
go? Do we need to go through all three? Do we need to go through all three? We can go
no,
through
let's
all
just do
three
21
stages.
and 27 because this can get lengthy. So let's go 21 to 27.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. And then we'll do now, right? So first things first, what's the first thing we're doing? Like, how are we telling everybody about this situation? Is there a group text going? Or is it just like we saw a flyer and we're like, fuck it, we're going?
I'm trying to think of when I was 21 to, well, I'm still 27. So
Wow. Okay.
yeah. Since I'm still in that age bracket, of course.
Mhm.
All the milk in the house gonna be spoiled tomorrow. It's okay.
Anyway, nowadays in this time frame, I would say is definitely starting from a group chat and you trying to figure out where the pregame is.
That's now
Especially in
though.
those
We're talking about back then.
Back then I cared way more about the pregame because I was more broke. So I had to drink more in the house and get water bottles and stuff. Nowadays, I don't need to do all of that, you know?
That's
like I might
real.
drink in the house before I go out, but like I don't try to get shit faced because I can afford drinks, you know?
Right. But
Right.
my thing is like I feel like you're drinking less now than you were drinking back then too. That's the other thing. Because now
Right, that's
when I
also
go
true.
out, I may at max buy 2-3 drinks. You know, back then you may have bought like 10 drinks and been like, all right, cool. You know what I'm saying? Because you were trying to really get shit faced. You were trying to pound it. Like that was a
Or the
thing.
bucket.
Right, exactly. Like you were trying to consume more
Yeah.
anyway. So like the
Mhm.
pregame is definitely different. But then also I think another thing that we aren't thinking about too from like then and now, the size of the party you're going out with. Because back then I feel like it was a mob of folks. It was like you had at
Yeah.
least 5 to 10 people every time you were going out. Now 2, 4, maybe.
Yeah,
Well-
very, very true. We would be at McFadden's with a squad. Like,
Yeah.
we're not
Right,
McFadden's,
exactly.
other one's Sign of the Well. It's like you know every single person in the bar.
Correct. Like
Yeah, you
in
go
some
out
form or
like
fashion.
You came with half the people that are in the bar right now
Right.
in a posse.
And then now, like, and then you got to think about what were you wearing as opposed to then and now. Because like you had your club fit and then you had like your bar fit, you know?
Let me tell you, my go-to from that 23 to 27 time frame during like the DC winters, going to like the different bars, whether it was like bars on U Street or like, you know, the bar sevens, all that stuff in DuPont, I would always wear my sweater dress. And it had to be the form-fit sweater.
Why do I feel like I know exactly what this garment
Everybody
looks like?
knows this. There's so many pictures of it, and y'all were there to witness a delivery of these sweater dresses that I have that I still have. Like I love my sweater dresses.
I mean, they was hugging your curves,
form-fitting.
mama.
I
Hugging your
have
curves.
My boots.
They was hugging
My
your
boots
curves.
that would
mama.
come all the way up. Yes, like you couldn't tell me nothing and y'all have a little leather jacket. I would try not to bring like a peacoat because you still want to be cute and you know be able to take it off and whole type of thing. That was my go-to little bar outfit. Like
Okay, well, if these are true confessions,
Yeah.
then I have one. So there was this coat that I used to have. It was a silver coat. Do you remember it? Like it looked like a faux leather motorcycle jacket. And like I found
yes.
this coat.
I don't know. I gotta see it.
No, that coat was a legendary coat. It was called my party coat. You like I used to keep everything in that coat. I used to have a pen, a lighter. Like I may have had a
Come on, pen.
contraceptive or two in there. Like I used to have like a flashlight. Like I would have everything in this coat, and you wouldn't even know. Like there were times a girl was like, "I need a cigarette." Like, "Swoop, hello, how are you? Hey, I'm Tristan. Nice to meet you." Right? Like I was ready.
What?
Like I was ready. That was the party coat, and the coat would just smell like the night. Like whenever I put that coat on, I was like, "Oh, baby, you about to get into something here." Like that coat was everything. And how I found it was a crazy too, because they didn't have any of them left. I wanted it in black. And then they had one on a mannequin. And I was like, yo, is this my size? She's like, yeah, it is. I'm like, that's the one I'll be taking. And it was special. It like called to me. The coat knew where it belonged. And the coat got ruined. I don't have it anymore, but it was a good time.
Oh, memories. You had them.
Not the party coat.
Like it was a low key thriller looking coat. Like it was kind of cool though. Like and you know when I had nights in them, it was a thriller. So it was aptly time. Like it was my favorite piece of party clothing. Like yeah, it was a good time. Sean, I know you have a piece of clothing that you wore.
I was really sitting here trying to think, and I'm sure I do. I don't really be like putting a lot of effort into things.
There wasn't a hat, a dress, a skirt, a thong that you
I was
just
going to
wore?
say something on my head, but I've changed my hair so many times. I'm like, damn.
Like a special pair of earrings, perhaps?
I barely even wear earrings.
I was gonna say, she really
I will
That's a good
always
point.
have on like a Howard crew neck.
Yeah, that actually
Just so
became
happened to have someone
your
today
calling
because I
card.
went out yesterday.
No, your Howard
Why
crew
the-
neck
I
was
took
your calling card because I saw you in a crew neck many a time.
That's an easy go-to. I don't really have to think about an outfit, like throw on a crew neck. And I had like so many. Most of them probably weren't even mine. Like if somebody ever came to my house and left an article of clothing, just know it's mine now. I had so many other people's crew necks in my closet. Like
Who is coming
one
to your
time,
house
probably
leaving
one
a
time
crew
I went
neck?
to visit a friend with their shirt on and I didn't even realize. And they're like, bro, is that my crew neck? I'm like, oh yeah, this
Perhaps.
is yours.
That
Dang,
is
this is
funny.
yours. But you left it at my house, bro. I watched it and then now it's mine.
I mean, you know the rules. Rules is rules. You know what's good. you know what it is. Okay.
This is my crew neck, bro.
Okay, so
Okay.
venue. So venue. What do we prefer? What's our preferred venue back then? I feel like my preferred venue was a house party or the park. At the club, the park. I don't know why I need to shout out Mark Barnes and his people, but whatever.
Mine was I don't know. I just remember 23, 27. It was always bar 7 on a Friday, like legit.
You love
But,
bar 7. You used to
bar
call
7
us
and
to bar
OZO.
7.
Bar 7
OZO.
and
Oh my
OZO are my
God.
teeny face. Yeah.
Oh man.
Besides love in college, but they got rid of that. But yeah, definitely bar 7 OZO. They hold a special place in my heart.
No, we had some good times in OZO. Many good times. OZO. Shout
I
out
think-
to him, man.
I'm remembering our 28th birthday. I feel like the last one we celebrated before we moved, wasn't it? And I remember us doing the at night.
Doing the
I saw that
the
video.
Running Man, the new Running Man.
Yeah, I still have that video.
That was a good time, man. That was a good
great
weekend actually. Shout out to the adult skating rink in Oxon Hill.
Yeah.
Shout out to
to
my
all-
hood.
Shout out to all of our birthdays that we celebrated together because we had some great weekends for our friends.
We did. We almost need to get Nathaniel on here, bring the circle to a close because Sean and his birthday are close, and then ours.
Mhm.
We always do birthday things.
Yeah.
That's funny.
So
Like,
Sean, what
please.
was your preferred venue back then?
I was just really sitting here thinking. I feel like in college, I loved a good packed venue. I didn't really like care that much.
Yeah, if it was
I
packed,
liked
it was better.
a
You
lot of
always want the
people.
packed.
Yeah, that was fun.
Except well, when we had a ride and things were packed. But do you all remember when people used to take the shuttle to like Love?
Yes, of course.
I think I did that like 3 times and I was like, I'm never doing that again. Like the club itself was super fun, but that process was the worst ever. I'm not fighting nobody to get on no bus. Like it's never that deep.
I mean,
would
it
just
wasn't
go
like it
home.
was a school
It was
bus.
fun.
It was a nice looking bus.
It was like a little coach bus, but still, like it was just crazy mayhem. Like, yeah, I was never not really feeling that. But now I definitely still like very chill. I don't want the things to be crowded. My venue is like I can get a seat.
Yeah.
She
my
said,
go-to.
wherever there is a seat for me is where I'll be.
Wherever there's a seat is where I would go.
Facts.
I
'Cause you just
mean,
need the option to sit down. You don't want your feet to hurt. So it's like at our big age, it's like we need the option to be able to sit down. If we want to get up, do a 2-step,
I do
make
my
something
cute
what we
little-
can. But we need that option to be able to sit.
I just like when you say at our age, like as soon as I hear that in my mind, I automatically think AARP. Like, at your age, you need to be concerned.
I was
Like
thinking that about y'all age, not my.
Girl, you barely 2 years younger than us. Stop it. You
Like,
knocking on 34.
I don't know why
30
you
is-
hide behind this facade of age. Like you're not like right there, Like if age, like if 30 for you was like a tiger, it's like right behind you. Like you about to get eaten. You're right there.
That's not even true. My birthday just passed. It was just recently.
I'm aware when it was. That's not the point. Like we know how close it is. But that's not what's important. So I feel like the only thing left to cover then would be like, now what happens after the movement? Are there 2 movements? Is there another movement now? Is there food? Are you going home? Like, is it just your bed and like some ice cream? Like, what's up? Like, what's the final movement?
Club bed sounds amazing with DJ.
Club
But it's
bed.
always food before bed. Food
With
before
DJ
bed.
with DJ Pillow.
DJ Pillow on the 1s and 2s, club bed, yeah. But yeah, she's right. Food is always the move, yeah. Because you gotta soak up whatever you put inside.
But, yo, you could have been out all day partying And at no point did you consume food until into your house. And it's like, that's when you realize, damn, I haven't eaten all day. This my first real meal, or this is your first meal after brunch?
Yeah.
Shamefully, I had many meals like that at 7-Eleven. Like many meals that I have to make up because like it was the only thing open and closed. So I was like, whatever, fuck it. We're gonna figure out a meal from this spot. Like many
Too many
old
junk
ass
items.
wings and the bullshit the burgers and fucked
Wait,
up
they
beef
got
patties.
burgers at
They
7-Eleven?
they did sometimes, yeah, some of them. And then
Oh
like
my God, you took it too far. I'd rather you eat them old ass hot dogs.
I don't like hot dogs, but you know that was why
I
I
get
had to
that,
make
you
that
know.
move. But yeah, that was the end. Like now, honestly, like if I think of one place that like I love to go after like a function, it's a spot in DC. I'm gonna shout them out just because I enjoy their shit that much. It's called Chicken and Whiskey. Do you know the spot? Like where
Mm-hmm.
they have the was Peruvian food, right? But there's like a speakeasy in the back. So like
Mm-hmm.
honestly, that's like the best place because you go in the back and party and then you leave, get the food and go home. Like it's a
Mm-hmm.
one-stop shop. Like they really are geniuses. Like whoever they are, shout them out. Like that
Yeah.
Peruvian food is delicious.
Mhm.
My perfect day is like, it's something about Sunday fun day that just gets you. So my perfect day is like Sunday, waking up, going to church, then go to brunch, then go to day party, and get you something to
Church before the
eat.
sin.
And then you go home. I mean, you got to get your time in with the Lord. Like, come on now. He knows your heart, but you got to get your time in. You got to be respectful. But yes, and I feel like that's a full day. You get everything you need from that day, and it's just a good time. And then you're in bed by respectable hours, so you can get up in the morning and do what you need to do for work.
So what
I'm-
time is your church over that you still got time to go to brunch? Because the only church I've been to be ending at like 3 o'clock. You done
No,
been
no, 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 no.
time to do like
The,
you at work.
the churches I go to, they respectfully end around, like when I was in DC, they would end, I would say like about 12:31. Like yeah, so around 12:30 in DC, and then here they end around the same time, to where like I always go to brunch around 1. I never try to do brunch before 1. Like never mind. No, that's not gonna work. Even if it's a Saturday, I know I'm gonna want to sleep in. I know I'm not gonna want to rush. So like 1 o'clock is like my staple time for brunch. I ain't trying to do nothing before that, because then after you brunch for 2 to 3 hours, then the day party's ready. And you just lie right on there.
Love these
And then
damn darties. Love these
I'm
damn
just saying,
darties.
I am an advocate. Put me on a poster for day
I
parties.
just
I'm your
feel like
girl.
I don't get you don't get okay. Just this is just for me back when this was like a concern, but like I just like the best twerk happened when the sun went down. Like I just feel like you weren't getting the best dance until the sun went down.
You ain't been
Like
to the
the
right day
best
party. They don't care whether the sun light up or not.
right. There's a couple dances. There's always one or two, but you're gonna get more when the sun goes down. Like I feel like people's dancing bones get looser and they get ready, and you could dance, and you might actually find you a correct dance partner for a change.
Not where I be. They be showing out because the sun does something to you. You get that vitamin D system. You be feeling good. You got that energy. Like, woo, let me show out while I'm cute and
in
can be
your
seen.
white linen outfit, is that what's
In
going
your
on?
white linen outfit. Hello, somebody. Come on now.
Not the
Oh my,
white linen.
oh my
Like
gosh.
you about to go to a boat party in July.
Talk about
Okay.
it. Well, if we're
Come
doing a
on.
perfect day, then I guess I don't know if it would be Sunday, but I mean that's a good day to go. We probably did get up, we slept in, we did go to brunch, but brunch in New York goes to like 5 p.m. So at any point in that time, I could definitely go to brunch. But I want to say it's Saturday because then like I went to a movie or something, which is cool. That's always good to go. Saw something hot. And then that night, like I went to karaoke,
Party.
and then I go to karaoke, and then like we go to like the dance spot, and then we're only there for like 30 minutes, and then I go to like a cigar lounge and have like mezcal for the rest of the evening, and then like take
That sounds nice.
a ride share home. But that would be,
Yeah.
or some event, like a basketball game, a concert, something like that. But that would be more of a perfect day for me now. Like it would be more centered around an event. Yeah, and I
Karaoke
guess
is always
sleep
a
will
good
happen.
time. So
Yeah.
Sleep absolutely has to happen. I was sitting here thinking, like, damn, y'all perfect day had hella activities. Maybe I'm lazy. I wasn't trying to do so many activities.
What do you want to do?
It's definitely going to involve food. Brunch is like my favorite meal because I don't really like that. I never eat breakfast. So it definitely definitely would be starting at like a good brunch and then some kind of fun ass activity during the day. Then I gotta go twerk a little something at night before I make it back in the house by respectable 11 p.m. because I am a late.
11 p.m.
Respectable 11.
11 p.m.
11.
That sounds so early. Like the night would start at 11 p.m. before. It used to start there. Now the night has to like start at like 6, which is wild. Like before 6, I wasn't even home yet to get changed.
There was a time where it's like somebody invites me to the club. I'm like, oh, we're not leaving my house until 11:30 because like
exactly
many hours.
Right.
We can be there from 11 to 1, and I feel like we did what needed to be done, and we can leave.
Right.
No, there were many times.
Pre-pandemic, it was that small time frame where it's like back when I was out working. Now I'm working remotely, but like when I was out working, you had a small chance to catch me. Like if you called me between like a certain time frame when I'm still out, then I could come meet you for like happy hour or something chill. But if you waited until I got to the house, got comfortable, you know what I'm saying, in my bed, there's no way I'm getting out of my bed. You didn't let me know. Like you got to catch me at the right time. But this is pre-pandemic. But now that I work remotely, it's a different ball game.
Oh yeah, you can't get me out the house now if you didn't tell me ahead of time. There was a time where like if you had told me like within an hour, I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna go out. All right, let me put it together. Now, if you tell me, yo, Tris, we go down in an hour, I'm gonna catch you on the next one, big dog. It's not gonna be this time.
Exactly.
I just started.
I used to be the same way. I used to be like, you squick. Like, you hit me up. I'm down. Let me get cute real quick. I'm on it. But now it's like you hit me up last minute. It's like,
because I gotta shave and shit, and then you gotta shower, and then I gotta find which fit I'm gonna put together. Hopefully, some shit's clean. And then it's like, how am I getting there? And especially in New York too, because like I'm in Brooklyn, I'm in Harlem, bro. I'm not coming. It's a world away. It's not happening right now.
Yeah, the whole production
way too far.
Talk about, man, we're hanging out in Jersey.
I've been trying to break out of this.
You'll be hanging out.
I feel like I've been in the house way too much. Like I never leave my house because I'll be working from home now too. Well, I've been working from home this whole time. So now some days I have to like actually leave to go to work, but there's probably like 2 days a week, maybe 3. But even on the weekends, like I'm just in my fucking house. So to get me out of it's gonna be a lot. Like I don't like to leave my house anymore.
But
that shit can get depressing. So I've been trying to make myself get the hell out of the house because that can get very depressing.
No, and that's exactly what I was gonna ask. And actually, that's a great close to the segment because, like, do you feel that because of all of this now, like, do you feel like more of a recluse? So like even like you're talking about your perfect day, like you're like, damn, you were like, that's a lot of activities. That's kind of tiresome though, right? Think about this though. If someone offered you like you're free the whole day, and they're like, this is the whole list of activities, you can run down through them. You might be like, nah, let's run through 3 of them and then we're done. You know, like, you might not even want to get through the whole list now.
Yeah.
I'm just saying like that comfortability is such a real thing now. It's like, how comfortable will I be at all of these affairs? You know, it's like, yeah, you're going to a concert. You got to be right up front. Yeah, but will I be able to sit down?
Yeah, going somewhere else.
Right. I would say like that's kind of where I am with like I was saying next year, I kind of want to go to a festival because I haven't been to one since Coachella in 2018. I'm like, oh, that'd be nice to go to a festival next year, but I just have to, number one, get myself like into that mind frame again because it's like it's such a thing. Like festivals are so much fun, but they definitely tire you out, especially if it's, you know, multiple days. And then you're around so many people, and that's going to be such a change from these past 2 years. So it's like, what is that even going to look like? Like, am I really going to do that? Or am I just going to like go to concerts and keep it low key?
I mean, it's all things to think about as time moves on. But all I know is that like the energy may change, things are a little different, but the vibe remains the same. And at the end of the day, we just want to go out with our people and have a good time. As that young man said, do some hood rat things with my friends. You know, so it's all I want to do. It's all I want to do.
That's all we want to do.
But we're gonna take a minute. We're gonna run to the bathroom. You know, I know if people have that in their spirit, if you need to, but we're gonna be right back. And we're back with one of our favorite segments, Recess.
Bow.
Oh my God, you would
Can I be Shauna May Rose, or should I just be Shauna? I don't know if I want to keep hearing Shauna Dawn's voice.
If Shauna May Rose wants to tell us about what's going on here in recess, that's fine. But if Sean the Dawn were to do it, we'd prefer Sean the Dawn.
So I want to talk to y'all about my man's new song. Have y'all heard it?
Maybe tell the people who your man is.
About me. If you know me, then you know my man is Wale.
Oh, Lord.
Wale wrote a new song about me. And just in case you guys were wondering who was the inspiration, it's called Poke It Out. It's
he wrote this song about you.
Yes, me and all the other little booty women in the world.
I see. Okay. All right. Tell us more.
So he started, I think everybody should go out and listen to it. But one of the best lines in the song is, she got a little butt, but so what? And that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's the question I got, Wale. That's what I want to know. She got a little butt, but so what?
So what? Little booties matter,
Who said they didn't?
Everybody been out here trying to get these little plastic booties that all look the same with all them little dicks.
You don't want your BBL?
All I'm saying is my boo had to let everybody know that little booties matter.
Call your boo up and tell him to come to the show and really explain this concept to us, because I'm struggling with
busy, but I'll try.
Okay. All right.
Moving on. We can also talk about Candice Diller from Real Housewives of Potomac. She has new music coming now. Have you guys gave it a listen?
I did. I listened to the whole EP.
I ain't heard the whole thing yet. I ain't heard it.
They've done 3 times. It's a bop. It goes. It's the perfect length. First of all, it's not too long. Gives you just enough where you're like, okay, I got a real grasp of the sound she's going for and the type of content she wants to talk about. But I really like it. She's always had a beautiful voice. It's just because of all her other antics on the show, it kind of overshadows her real raw talent. But she is a talented woman. You can't take that away from her. So I like the EP. I'm happy for it.
Okay. I definitely got to give it a listen. I've heard that single that's out that she got the little video for. I like that. That's a little bob. It's very, very good. But I definitely have not heard the whole thing.
Yeah, she's mostly talking about relationships and stuff like that. She got a song on there where she has an interlude and then goes to the song Situationship. So she's just talking about not being able to break this bond with this person, even though it's toxic, even though they're wrong for you type of thing. And she goes into the song, and it's a really good album overall.
Okay, Candice, I'm here for it. I definitely want to give it a listen, but because I heard all great things from everybody that I asked about it, but they also were people that were fans of the show. So I'm like, I don't know, is this real?
I'm gonna reserve judgment.
That's fair.
I'm reserving.
But we moving it along to some movies. This is something that you can talk about because I'm sure you're the only person that knows anything about this.
What kind of shit is this? Movies come out. They're here. Oh my God, Bond. I literally just saw Bond. Oh my, they did their thing on this one. Was it the best Bond ever? No, it definitely wasn't the best Bond ever. But it was a good Bond. And okay, for all of us out here who are into Bond, they had Black Lady 007. It was dope. She came in and did her thing. She fucked it up. It was hot. And then they had the set was beautiful. The movie just moved well. Rami Malek, he played an excellent villain. It wasn't too over the top. I mean, it was good. I mean, I think those who actually, enjoy James Bond will enjoy it because this is Daniel Craig's last James Bond movie. But yeah, they had Lashana Lynch. She was female 007, Black British woman out there doing the thing. She definitely played a very convincing role. I was here for all of it. So definitely 2 thumbs up, 5 stars, great movie. Check it out. You will definitely enjoy this new Bond, No Time to Die. And you know what? Billie Eilish, who did the song for it, No Time to Die, she's probably going to win an Oscar for that record because it's good as all the other James Bond records. It's the movie top to bottom. And but the only thing is I kind of fucked up when I saw it. So I saw it at a Regal theater, and I'm only shouting them out because I want them to hear this, because I want them to change this shit, okay? Stop. Okay, so I saw it in 4DX. Y'all need to take that shit away. That shit was terrible because because the seat is rocking around like in the Universal Studios, right? But it's not made for every movie. So I thought with Bond it'd be like a little gentle car ride, would be, you'd be in there. Like, no, the seat was just I felt like I was in a fucked up massage chair, and then they're like spraying water and like air and stuff on you, and then it's real loud, and then it's in 3D too, and I didn't even know it was in 3D. So I got these glasses over my glasses. It was a lot, but that tells you a lot about the movie. Oh, the ticket was crazy. It was like $30. It's ridiculous. And then this shit is crazy. But that tells you how good the movie was, that I was even able to really appreciate the movie through all of that nonsense. So that tells you right there, it's definitely worth a look for sure.
I know. Did y'all know that Daniel Craig said he doesn't plan to leave his kids any inheritance? He's going to give all his money away to like charity.
Well, first, who's that?
The guy
who plays James Bond.
Who's done all the bonds and stuff.
James Bond. James Bond said he's not going to leave no money to his kids.
Right. He believes they should go out and work for it themselves. He's going to leave it to like charities and stuff like that.
He hates them kids.
I don't. Okay, but see, the thing is that there's different ways
to leave them nothing. Maybe not all of it, but damn.
No, he's going to leave them some money. He's not going to leave them money directly. He's going to like pay for like their shit, and it's paid for. So like if you fuck it up, it's fucked up. I'm certain that's what he's going to do. I don't think he's just going to be like, nah, you niggas is going to scrap. You're going to get in these streets and you're going to work. No, like I don't think it's going to be that.
I like the way y'all going to go to work.
A quote from him says he will not leave an inheritance of his $160 million fortune to his kids, period.
Oh, no, I got it.
He wants to teach his kids to work for their future.
I don't blame him, but like, you're not going to leave them.
They better save the money they got that he got giving them now.
You're not going to pay for the school, big dog?
Well, he ain't say he's not going to pay for school. He said he's not going to leave them no
That's
money.
real. That's what I'm saying. I think he's going to pay for that. I think he would pay for that.
Yeah. I don't know, man. They ain't go to work. Was they James Bond?
No. I mean, that's real. They were not James Bond. They were not at all. All y'all did was
get bad grades in school and talk back. You ain't getting his money.
Another part of his quote, he calls inheritance distasteful and he'll get rid of his money instead.
Well, so who you think he's gonna give it out to? You think he's taking volunteers?
He's gonna give it to the United Negro College Fund. He's gonna donate.
Right. Can we create a charity for him to
give? He could give it to the United Negro College Fund.
Yes, United.
That's exactly where he's gonna donate it to. Yeah, so Daniel Craig, if your publicist want to call and confirm that, we're here. Reach us at the Millennial Masterclass Podcast on Instagram. Hit us up on email as well, on Twitter. And we would love to hear more about this story and your blessed Black community as such. We appreciate it.
HBCU, since some of our funding getting cut by the administration, but that's another topic for next time.
For another day. Another day. Sean, do we have anything going on in TV land?
We do. What the heck is on TV right now? The Dave Chappelle stand-up. I think this was the 5th one. Netflix gave him a 5-part series.
No, this is the 6th one because he did 4. Yeah, he did. I thought 4. He only had 5. No, I think this is the 6th one. I think so.
Okay.
We can make sure about that.
Did you see the newest one?
Oh, I did. I loved it. I watched it like the day it came out. How do you feel
about it?
Dave has gotten to that point. Okay, let me say this straight up. Dave is a master, and Dave is funny. Dave is very funny. I love pretty much most of the stuff that Dave does. It's just with this one, he was making more of a statement than he was telling a bunch of jokes. Because Dave is at the point now where people will just listen to what he has to say, and he doesn't necessarily need to be as funny as he once has been in the past. You know what I mean? Because it's just like when
I agree with that.
Because like when Dave has reached to like that George Carlin kind of standpoint, like now it's just like whatever he's almost like a keynote speaker. Like he's more than a comedian now. It's just that with this one, he's got a little controversial because he was defending the baby. Like he wasn't like defending his actions, but he was saying, don't cancel the baby. That was kind of like one of the lead jokes in like his stand-up and his diatribe, if you will. So it was a good stand-up. And it's definitely something like if you listen to it, you hear what he was saying. But a lot of people that have been commenting on it, I know they haven't listened to the stand-up. I'm like, well, if you heard it, you would understand. He was clearly, making a point here. But I definitely enjoyed it. I did. But I do think that the other ones were funnier for sure. Like absolutely.
Yeah, I can tell you I only chuckled at 1 to 2 of the punchlines. Overall, I was just sitting there like, okay. But
six specials.
Six specials. Okay. Yeah, but he is, of course, facing backlash over remarks that he made about trans people in the LGBTQ plus communities. But Dave, he loves it, so he's not tripping. He's not worried about it. Like I said, he's at this point in his life where he knows he's gonna say stuff and it's gonna rock certain people's feathers, but it is what it is. But
he's the only one that can operate in that space. Like nobody else has that type of freedom. Like he could just literally just jump in that space and have that conversation. Like any other comedian that has to do that is like, damn, I am never getting another stream now. But Dave is just like, okay, great. All right. On to the next topic. But I think he did a good job of addressing those things in the special. Like, honestly, I feel like people should just check it out. I feel like you're not going to have a bad time with this special. It'll be a good time. It is, for sure.
I definitely still have to check it out, but I've definitely heard both. I heard good things and I've heard bad things. Sometimes I feel like, though, people just want something to be mad at,
Correct.
It's like, it's comedy, right? Like, I don't know what he said. I haven't heard it yet, so maybe I shouldn't make these statements. I don't know, but I just feel like people are always, every time a comedian comes out with a stand-up, it's some group that's like, oh, cancel them. They were talking about us. Like, they talked about big girls. They talked about nursing. Like, just please, it's a comedy show,
I mean,
I don't know.
I feel like this is some of his best publicity, though, because anytime Dave is controversial, people have to go look at it.
Yeah. So now they're going to look at it just because, even if they're just going to watch just to hate and talk trash, they're just going to watch it just because.
I mean, and honestly, like I say, whenever people talk about Dave Chappelle and like they really speak about him, like just like with like a lot of venom and like they're just talking like, oh, he says this and that. I'm like, but did you actually listen to his stand-up? It sounds to me like you just heard a piece. Like you just heard a clip or two and you were like, man, fuck him. Or you read about it in Vanity Fair somewhere and you were like, man, fuck him. I'm like, did you listen to the whole stand-up? Like you might have enjoyed yourself. Shit, you don't even know.
Right. You just want to be mad, man. But did you guys watch Big Brother?
So I honestly didn't watch it, but I always keep my ears to these internet streets. So I know about what happened this past season, and it was something that had never happened before on the show, where there was a Black winner after 23 seasons. So take out the whole Celebrity Big Brother where Tamar won. That doesn't count because it was a celebrity version, but just 23 seasons of regular US Big Brother, there had never been a Black winner, let alone a person of color winner.
Wow.
So yeah, which is crazy.
Do you think it was 23 on purpose?
So so basically the Black people, when they came into this house, they were like, looked at each other like, say less, and they just automatically formed this Black alliance called the Cookout, to where they made
the blackest name ever.
The blackest that they could pick. I love it. And they pretty much made this bond from the start, like, hey, no matter what happens, we're not voting each other out. We're going to give one of us a chance to win. There was actually a Howard alum there, a woman, I forgot her name, I have to look it up, but she was actually on the show as well. But they even said in like post interviews that they did have some strong connections with people who weren't, Black, that when it came down to vote, they really had to make that tough decision. Like, do I want to keep my friend here who I really have a good relationship with, or am I gonna sacrifice them for the greater good of this alliance to give the Black person to win? The greater good, and they did what needed to be done.
Fucking weird.
Come on,
Black people unite.
Yes, and that's what they
unite.
Yes. So shout out to Xavier Prather. He was the winner for Big Brother.
Xavier Prather, we see you, big dog. Shout out to you.
I'm happy to see. And it's crazy. Well, two things. It's crazy because the whites and others who were voted off, they were like, you know what? I get it. Like, I understand why they did it. So I'm not even mad at it. But of course, the internets are like, this is reverse racism. They got together. I'm like, shut up.
You saying that the white people don't be forming alliances, because how else did no Black person ever win? Shut up. But
America is a white alliance.
How many people are on Big Brother? Is this like a show where people
it starts with like 20 something people, right?
I think so. Yeah, and they get like voted off and do different stuff.
Okay.
Yeah,
because it's just like stationary Survivor.
Yeah, pretty much. They're in the house all day.
I'm here for it. Did you know Survivor got a new season that's out now?
Yeah. My lady been watching
5 years ago.
I'm waiting to I love Survivor, man. I'm here for it.
And then this time around, it's only like 26 days, so like it's way tougher. I'm like, y'all are
Oh,
assholes.
gosh.
And then they're like not giving them
Not finna be
food.
me.
And they're just trying to make it
Candace.
just even more ridiculous. I'm like, y'all are some assholes. Like, it's just like, and then even
Yeah.
I feel like even what's the host name? Jeff Probst. He even looks old now. Like, I feel like he's stressed out by all the nonsense going
Look,
on.
my man is tired. He's been hosting this same show for
like 25 years.
Yeah, he's tired.
It ain't been on 25 years. It's been on since like 2000.
So 20 years.
So 21 years? Okay.
I ain't saying- I ain't giving him that extra 4. I'm not giving it to him. No, he can't have it yet.
They'll still be out here probably in the next 4 as well, man.
Can we talk about how Big Brother decided to make the first Black winner on season 23, Michael Jordan's number? I just feel like that was special right there.
And you have
like it
on
was
a
on there
Bulls
Jordan their
jersey?
shit.
And you have on a Bulls jersey. Come on.
I thought about that actually. I really did. So.
And our birthday's on the 23rd.
Talk about it on our Jordan shit. 23 is a special number.
In the lottery.
It is.
Now we got to play that number. Black people say saying that when they see a number 2 times, they be like, "Ooh, I gotta play that."
I mean, they're not wrong. I mean, well, I guess they kind of are, but whatever. It's real. It's real. I'm just saying,
my
man.
birthday on the clock 2 times. Yeah, I gotta play that. Like what?
23 is a sacred number to Black. Just putting that out there.
On that note, I want to talk about the Housewives of Potomac. Now, I know Tristan is going to be mad about this. You don't know what we're going to be talking about.
I have no idea. You take it away, ladies.
Girls. Nicki Minaj is about to be on the reunion, and I cannot wait.
Hold on.
Asked her
wait. Nicki Minaj is on this show.
She is going to pop up at the reunion because weeks ago, probably like a month or some change ago, she had tweeted out basically saying that she wanted to host a reunion because she's all into the show, was telling everybody to go watch, yada, yada. And so Andy was like, what? You want to host a reunion? So then they just shot the reunion a couple days ago, and there is pictures of Nikki there. So clearly, I believe it's towards the end, he brings her out to like ask a couple questions type of things. And the girls are excited to meet Nikki. Nikki's excited to be there. So she's not hosting an entire reunion, but yes, she will be there. And I hope Andy asked her about the vaccine mess.
I just wanted to get messy.
Like, are you vaccinated? You know Bravo Andy is messy as hell. He gonna be like, so Nikki, did you get vaccinated to come here today?
Right. That's all I need him to ask.
You're not vaccinated.
Would he really ask?
Because that was the whole reason for not going to. He should.
He asked that to the girls on the show, but he might not have that energy with Nikki because Nikki would gather his ass up very quickly. So I don't know, but I cannot wait to find out, child.
I just would not want to make Nicki Minaj my enemy. It just feels like it's not a good idea. Like, I just feel like she's a little crazy.
Who's got crazier fans? Beyonce with the Beehive or Nicki Minaj's Barbs?
The Beehive.
Because I don't think you want to be enemies with either one of those people.
It's for sure the Beehive. Because
I think the Beehive, with their presence on like social media and how they'll attack you on social media, the Barbs are just crazy.
They're just crazy. The Barb might really show up at your house.
That's what I'm saying. They're crazy in real life.
Fighting me over some girl you don't even know.
I mean, the Barbs are goons, sure, but like the Beyonces is just like, once a Beyonce stan like tags you, like you almost can't go anywhere. Like, you could be at Starbucks and somebody gonna be like, that motherfucker's right there. Get a latte. Get his ass, girl. She's like, I can't believe you said that about Beyonce.
Yeah, that's true.
They do. They definitely be standing hard. But I feel like Nicki's fans are a little more violent. So
I just don't know.
I
I feel like y'all right now know several Beyonce stans. Like, how many Barbs do you know?
I feel like the Barbs, they be like sneaky with it. They be like, there's two types. There's one that's like out there and open, like, they stand Nikki, there are Barbs with them, but then there's other ones be like just in the cut, waiting for someone to pop off, so they can just be popping up on you.
Barbs. She got ninja
like
Barbies.
Yes, like
ninja Barbs. She got the ninja Barbs. And the thing about the Barbs are that they be young as fuck and they be white as hell. You can't.
You got white Barbs?
It's crazy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, what? The whites love Nikki.
I didn't. I mean, like, don't get me wrong. I know she has white fans, and I assumed there were a couple. I didn't know she had a young white girl army. That's impressive right there. That's
not even just white girls, guys too. Like, yeah, everybody love Nikki.
I mean, Nikki's dope. Don't get me wrong, but I didn't know her reach extended so far. But I mean, Super Bass is like one of the coldest songs ever. So I mean, it's real.
I know you ain't just sit on Beyonce's internet and say Super Bass is a good song.
Super Bass is a good song.
Good song. What you mean?
Boom, 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 bass.
But baby,
Oh hell no!
This one for the boy with the
That is
Boomer
the
Sisters,
worst
top
Nicki
down
Minaj
AC
song
with the
I ever
cooler system. When he come up in the club, he be blazing up. Got stacks on dick like he's saving up.
Oh my God, that's just as worse
You
as
might
the
got a
most
deal. You
singing
pop bottles
songs.
and they got a right.
no, Starships was terrible.
Oh, that was
Stupid
ass.
Face
Yeah,
is
that was
good.
ass.
That's Esther Dean. Don't do Esther Dean, girl. She had her name all up on
No,
that.
and you can hear Esther Dean in there.
But she got that check. She got that white people check. But I hate that song.
Mm-hmm. No, that was touched by Esther. That's a classic. That's a
I
great
hate
song.
every time, and I hope the song don't get stuck in my mind. I hate when that happens. Next
I
thing
know.
you know, tomorrow morning I'm gonna wake up like,
I just really enjoyed that song.
Oh my
Like it
gosh.
caught me. It caught me because like I didn't want to like it, but then you hear it and like it was just melodious as fuck. Like what were you supposed to do about that? And then the flow was just cold.
Turn
It
it
was
up.
fast. You wanted to learn the words because they were a little tricky. It was a good time. And then she was just coming off a monster. It was a good time in life.
Now the video with them Wet and Wild pink wigs. I don't know about all that, but the song was good.
But yes, that is what I'm the most excited about. So for this Potomac reunion, to see Nikki with the girls, like what is she gonna ask them? What is the vibe gonna be? And this season of Potomac has been crazy.
What wig will
like,
she
with
wear?
all the new cast, with all the new cast members, the change dynamic of friends and everything. It's just been a whole lot going on. So I think this reunion is definitely going to be explosive. I hope they have 3 parts. And
yeah, they gotta have 3 parts.
Oh,
And I can't wait for the husbands to come out.
Reunion shows aren't just one part
I am
anymore.
so glad Juan Dixon is not here right now. I am so glad Juan Dixon is not here right now. Like Robin,
what are the odds that he would have been there, girl?
Right, what would have changed? What would have happened? Nothing.
Y'all need to send me a study guide because clearly I know nothing about this world. Like I thought reunion shows had one day apart. That was the point of it being a reunion show.
They be 3 parts. Now. They film all day, so they literally make 3 parts of them filming all day.
Okay, all right. The more you know.
That's to have all the segments. We want to hear from their husbands. I want to hear from Mia Drunken.
I want to hear from the mamas. I want to hear from Mia mama. I want to hear from Candice mama.
They bring their mothers on.
Messy boots.
Yes, they be having people's mamas on there.
So is the Housewives more like Love and Hip Hop now then?
No, it's not giving Love and Hip Hop.
No.
Don't do that.
I'm talking about with like
definitely
the reach that it extends into like the people's lives. Because like with some shows, they kind of keep it like to the people that are there, and then every once in a while you get another person. But like with Love and Hip Hop, it's like so many different relationships that happen in the show that they're focusing on. So I'm just saying in terms of that, or
that's what I don't like about Love and Hip Hop. It's way too many damn cast members. There's way too many people. At least with like Housewives, they have the same core people. They probably have 2 friends of the show each season.
Okay,
and then like 5 to 6 main people who are on it.
The main person might change like one time.
Okay,
but they do involve their kids. You know, a couple of the mamas are on there here and there. So yeah, it does extend to the family members as well. And it's crazy because if you've been watching these shows for all these years, you'll see their kids grow up on screen. It's so crazy to see. Like Dr. Heavenly and Laura. We literally met Laura when she was like, what, 8 or something like that? And now she's just turned 16. And it's just like, this baby girl grew up before us and she's so beautiful. And it's like, and she's like the only one that can keep Heavenly in check because she be checking her mama.
We're really at the age where we're like, oh, I knew you when you was such a little baby.
Facts. Or even like Housewives of New Jersey, we saw Gia grow up on TV and all of them. So it's just crazy. Riley.
White ones before.
Oh girl, New Jersey wasn't white. They was almost like they was flipping tables.
Like the Italian women.
New Jersey was good. I stopped
like a spicy mayo, but I never
spicy mayo either. Right.
Like a Chipotle mayo or something.
Yeah. I stopped when Teresa and Joe went to jail, but up until that point it was good. But or like seeing Candy daughter Riley grow up, like you literally see these kids grow up because they've been on Housewives for like 10 plus years.
Well, then let me ask this question then. So are there any Housewives shows that like y'all just don't watch? Like y'all don't watch the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City? I hear that one's been tearing up the charts.
I watched Salt Lake City. It started last year, and I said after last year I wasn't really gonna pay attention to it anymore. But because of everything going on with Jen Shaw and her getting arrested, I want to see what happened because she gets arrested on the show. Like as they were taping, they came to arrest her. So I got to see what happens with that.
What the fuck? They just
So it turns out
they're scamming. We are in the time of scammers.
It's like, are you getting this? Are you getting this footage? We're gonna use this on the show.
Exactly.
That is the moment.
They came to arrest her as they was going on like a little cash trip. and her husband coaches football at the university or whatever. But apparently, like, her business wasn't legit. Like, last season when the ladies asked her what she did, she would like have this workaround answer. You wouldn't be able to understand what she did. But it turns out she had this, like, I guess this multi-level marketing kind of scheme where she would get elderly people to sign up to, like, basically teach you how to own and run a business, and then we'll get you, clients, and then we'll help you grow and stuff like that. But they were basically taking the people's money, and then when the elderly people weren't able to do it, they would charge them another fee in order to, like, get out of it. So it was like this big old scheme.
Oh, was that her scam? Ooh.
Yeah, something like
money
that.
on top of money, Jesus.
Yeah, and apparently they're saying because she's the ringleader and, like, all her people are now starting to, like, rat on her, they're saying, like, it might be a guaranteed jail sentence. Like, they're gonna go hard on her, so she might not be able to wiggle out of this one.
Ooh, she ain't gonna get no fillers in jail or nothing. Her face gonna go all down. Oh Lord.
Right.
Ooh, Lord.
I'm really mad that was the first thing that came to your mind, but that's fine. Whatever. The Housewives Nation.
See her, you would know why she said that.
So I guess we'll just say the Millennial Masterclass. We're here for the Housewives Nation. I guess we're throwing them our support. My gosh, I never thought those were words that would come out of my mouth, but they're there. It's happening. Oh, what a time to be alive. My gosh.
Yes.
Well, I believe that does it for recess, guys. I've had a good time with y'all today. We've had a nice time. We've shared a drink. We should have had a toast, low key, to the first episode, but we can do that later.
I was like, what? When did we all have a drink? I've been sitting over here. Y'all ain't telling.
Oh, I had one. Thought we were all drinking. Sorry. My apologies.
I got my head.
It was just me. It was just me.
Next
all
episode.
Right. That's fine. But yes. So do we have any parting words, guys?
Embrace the Darty. It's the new way of life.
The Darty.
Embrace the Darty.
You know what? I'm gonna start.
Embrace the Darty because you're too old to party.
Nigga, that low key belongs on a t-shirt.
And I might have to start like a whole event planning business where I just like go around cities planning like Darties, and that's gonna be my little slogan for it. And we're just gonna have a great turn. It's like a pop-up Darty,
A pop-up Darty for the old heads.
Yes, for 30 plus.
Embrace the Darty when you want to party. Is that what it is?
Yes. Let me write that down.
That's cute too.
So we're selling merch, guys. You can get one of our shirts on Millennial Masterclass podcast.com. We'll have t-shirts. They will be and we'll actually have bomber jackets as well that will say embrace
the bomber jackets.
Yeah, we already have them in our pre-production. Yes. For sure. Sean, do you have any parting words for listenership out there?
Shauna May is just happy to have been here today. I had a great
all right.
time.
Thank you, Shauna May. Appreciate that. Thank you. We appreciate that, Shauna May. Thank you. We'd like to talk to Sean the Dawn. If you could pass the microphone over to her hospital bed, we would like to talk to her at any point in time. The Dawn.
Follow us on all the social medias. Instagram at the Millennial Masterclass.
It's working
podcast.
again, guys. It's working. You can follow us now.
Oh, yes. Since social media is back up. Shout out to Marky Mark and the
Funky Bunch.
Marky Mark and the who?
The Funky Bunch.
Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch. All of them over there at Facebook and them, Instagram and them, WhatsApp and them, all of them. Shout them out, my man Marky Mark.
That lost their job when that happened. No, I'm kidding. I don't have anything.
The only thing I will say to listenership out there is that as the parties change, of course, party responsible. But when you go out there, don't be afraid to go have fun. Don't be like, I'm too old to get out there and bust a move. Go bust that move. You need to stretch out first. You do it, okay? Just get in the corner somewhere in private where nobody sees you, and then get yourself together and hit the floor, okay? Have your tequila and hit the floor.
Party.
Honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you. I stretch before I go out now. I have to, because if I don't, like, I don't want to be in the middle of a move and then that knee lock up. I don't want it. No, man. You gotta stretch. I did a cat daddy the other day. We were out like in Baltimore and I did one and I was into it. I was killing it. And I was like, maybe like 3 cycles in, I was like, I gotta come back up. My knees aren't doing what they're supposed to be doing right now. Just know that I'm still about that life. I'm still about that party life. The plans may change, but the vibe remains the same. Until the next time, guys, this has been the Millennial Masterclass Podcast. I'm Trez.
I'm Liz.
I'm Shauna.
This is the time if Shauna May wants to talk, she can talk.
Now Shauna May can come back.
Nah.
Shauna May, thanks for having me.
Lord.
Bye, girl.
Until the next time, y'all. Peace out.
Bye, y'all.
Lord. Shauna May gonna get her own segment, believe it or not. It's gonna happen.
Oh, Lord.